patient who says, I have a feeling like this sense of doom. Do not take that statement lightly.
Oh, honey, I got a couple of good examples of this. When I first started, okay, so we back in the 90s. Don't say nothing, okay. Uh, I had a gentleman. At that time, I was still a patient care technician, okay, and he said, I don't want to go home today. Older black man. He said, I don't want to go home today. And the doctor said, yeah, you good to go home today. There's no reason for you to be here. So the nurse said, go on, get him cleaned up, Emily. So, of course, I grabbed, we're going to call him Mr. Johnson, okay? Me and Mr. Johnson's walking down the hallway. Mr. Johnson said, I don't want to go home today. I said, you don't want to go home and see your family? He was like, yeah, I don't really have no family. I said, oh, Mr. Johnson, I thought you'd be happy to be getting out of the hospital. He said, I don't want to go home. So we get by the linen cart. I said, okay, Mr. Johnson, stay right here. He said, okay. From the time I walked over to grab a linen, I heard a boom because he had needed some towels. I was like, what is that? I turned around, Mr. Johnson, gone, hit the floor. We couldn't bring him back. He said he didn't want to go home. The other example of this, I was covering a charge nurse. And all night, there was this patient that kept saying, well, not even all night. He had been saying this for 2 days, that he was gone to glory. He was headed to the upper room. Young man, in his 50s at that time. Okay, 50s. He said, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on. And so wasn't nobody paying attention. Didn't nobody, his nurse had the social workers coming in. His daughter was coming in, was like, hey, y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do something. So night shift come. That's where I normally be working the night shift. We come in, getting report. I'm at the other end of the hallway. All of a sudden, you hear cold blue. That gentleman went on to the upper room. Daughter was like, I told y'all he was but 2 days. Crazy. Listen. Listen to your patients. Your intuition is just as important as theirs. It's gonna help you. I got one more. I was helping a patient sit down in a wheelchair. And I was down picking his feet up to put his feet on the wheelchair, where you put your feet, the feet pedals. And all of a sudden, I looked up at him. I said, he's getting ready to have a seizure, because there was a nurse standing behind the wheelchair to keep it from moving. I said, he's getting ready to have a seizure. And it was not seconds. And we ended up having to hold him in that chair because he's having a seizure. Y'all got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. You got to listen to your patients. Yes, she was right on. Right on. Ooh. And you see, 30-ish years later, I still remember that. Oh, so well. You'll never forget it. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye.